It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert. Hey, yo.
Hey.
Oh, my God. Ben, it has been quite the season, hasn't it?
Oh, yes. It ended with quite the bang. This was, I think, the best reunion we've ever had of Temptation Island. Would you agree?
Yeah. That reunion was...
What? What's going on?
We have breaking news coming into my earpiece, and Ben, we have a major announcement here.
Oh my God!
Reality Alert Studios.
What is it?
Mark L. Wahlberg will be joining us on the podcast.
What?
That is right. The Mark L. Wahlberg, host of Temptation Island, has agreed to come on the podcast.
This is huge.
This is huge.
This is why we started the podcast.
Yeah, just to get Mark, and then we can finally stop podcasting.
Yeah,
we can finally rest.
Because we'll peak there, and
yeah,
you got to. Then it's all downhill after that because people are going to be like, "Well, there's no Mark on this podcast." So
yeah, it's fine. It'll be like it's going to feel hollow without Mark there.
No, this is really exciting. We've been talking about Mark for a while. We love Mark.
It sounded like a pipe dream to have Mark on the podcast. I thought we were just going to have sound bites. You know,
I know. I mean, it's crazy that we're actually like getting a host of a show. Like, this is huge for us.
Yes. Huge. So this is not a joke. Mark told us to book it. We are in the process of booking Mark on the podcast. We do not have official date and time, but Mark has agreed. So we are going to hold him to it, and we will have Mark on the podcast.
We're now saying it publicly on the show, so it's binding.
So he has to.
This is our strategy.
Mark has agreed to come on the podcast. Mark L. Wahlberg, not Marky Mark. The better Mark.
The better Wahlberg. Mark L. Wahlberg.
Mark L. Wahlberg.
I'm so excited. He seems like such a cool guy, too.
Change it to Mark W. Wahlberg.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. I'm excited to hear his side of things. You know, we're going to hear a lot from the couples. We're going to hear from a lot of the temptees, but it's going to be especially exciting to hear Mark's side of it and how he's viewing the whole process. You get to hear who he thinks grew the most, grew the least. I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't care about anyone else anymore. I just care about Mark. So this has been a great podcast, and
we'll see you when Mark is on.
When Mark is here. No, this episode, the reunion was amazing. I mean, we had some people really make fools out of themselves.
My God.
I
think they could do an hour with Laselles, maybe.
I know. I think he took up the majority of the reunion.
He did. And then half of the reunion was backtracking from
everything.
Laselles.
Felt like a yada yada after that.
At one point, I was like, I was thinking about that Simpsons meme where it was like, "Stop! He's already dead."
Yes,
I was like, somebody put this guy out of his misery. Throw him a life preserve. Something.
It's like he was in the grave and he kept throwing dirt on top of himself. Like they kept throwing him lifelines and he kept throwing them away.
Laselles.
I was like, Laselles, what are you doing, man?
Take the lifeline.
He was like, no, I will go down with the ship by crashing it into many more icebergs that I have created myself.
It's a weird feeling that he seems to elicit in the women around him, which is like, they're not even like furious at him. They're not even like really sad about it. They're just like confused. Everybody is so confused.
And disgusted.
Yes.
Ashley's disgusted.
Yeah, I mean, Ashley's like, who is this person? Like, I spent 7 years with this guy, and I'm like,
frustrating, man. It's like, what is wrong? It's just like, what is wrong with you? What is going on in your head? What the fuck has happened to you?
Yeah, and Laselles would probably just be, I screwed up.
No.
Okay, you know what? That's my bad. That's
No,
my
it's everyone else's fault, and I was drunk. That is the case, okay? It wasn't his fault. It was alcohol. He was trying to do the right thing.
And she kissed him.
She kissed him, and he has a different definition of love than everyone, okay? So it's not his fault. He was saying love, okay? Love. Okay, so it wasn't his fault.
Do I love you? Yes, I do. Do I love cake? Yes, I do. I don't understand.
It's like, is Laselles a lawyer or something? Is he like using like lawyer? I'm like,
I know.
Is he like a sleazy lawyer? I'm like, what is happening here? Like he started pleading the fifth at some point.
I know.
I was like, what is happening here? He's like, well, I'm just not going to talk. He's like, I'm just not going to talk anymore because everything is just going to incriminate me further. I'm like, how can you incriminate yourself even more? How can this get worse for you?
At some point, he's just like, I'm not saying anything else without my lawyer present.
Yes.
Like, I'm not.
Well, dude, no one's going to defend you. No one can get you out of this.
It's going to have to be a public attorney.
Yes.
That's it. That's the only thing.
And they're going to be like, oh, fine. But I guess before we dish on how amazing this reunion was,
we got to talk about the finale.
We got to get through the finale, which does have more Laselles and Ashley.
Yes. The finale was interesting. It was still good. It was good.
Yeah. It was still good. But before we got to this finale, we did have Ashley saying that she wanted to work things out with Laselles.
And this is clearly still Ashley just being like, he clearly doesn't know what he's doing.
Which is what we thought.
Right. Like, I'm still willing to give him one last chance. It was 7 years for fuck's sake.
Which is what we were doing.
Yes. Yeah. It was 7 years for fuck's sake. Like, of course, let's try and salvage this thing.
We were all giving Laselles the benefit of the doubt, or at least we were on this podcast, and maybe we gave him too much benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. He seems a little like a player.
A player, and we were just like, maybe it's the show's fault. You know, maybe he just couldn't handle being on the show, but he seems to have continued the same actions
immediately after the show.
Off camera, you know, he continued it.
We'll get to that stuff. Oh man, we're so biting to get to that reunion.
But it's like we were like, oh, he just doesn't know what to do in the context of the show. Maybe that's what it seems like.
Right.
It's so perplexing how somebody could act this way, right?
Right.
It's like it just seems like it could only be in the context of like, you know, like Temptation Island is crazy, but no, he's just kind of like this.
Yeah, and he gets out like half a sentence before Ashley's like, okay, wow, he really is a fucking idiot. No, I'm leaving by myself. I'd like to change my mind. I gave him one last chance.
Yeah, he says, I'm going to leave with Trace. And then Ashley's like, no, I'm changing my mind. I'm leaving by myself. She does take backsies.
Honestly, good for her. Takes these backsies all day long.
It is really funny, though. It's like, but she already showed her hand, though. You know, she was gonna have to leave by herself either way.
Yeah. But her hand was, I thought it was a compassionate hand. It was Laselles. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yes.
And I'm giving you one final chance. So
it's like, you know, she's gonna have to leave by herself no matter what, because Laselles was gonna leave her.
Yeah.
But I know.
Then him and Trace don't even like
well, of course, it was good. Of course not.
2 weeks, for fuck's sake. What the fuck is happening?
I did like the Ashley thing. It kind of reminds me of on Seinfeld when George quits and then he comes back to the office the next day like nothing happened. It's like Trace is like, we can work things out. And she's like, actually, I changed my mind. I'm leaving by myself. I never said that I wanted to work things out. I changed my mind.
Did you know that Larry David actually did that in real life?
Yes.
That was what it was based on. It was SNL actually. He was working at SNL and he said, I hate this job, I quit. And then the very next day he was like talking to his friends and being like, I really regret it. Like they pay me a lot of money. And they were like, well, why not just go in on Monday? He went in on Monday and people were looking at him like he was a fucking weirdo, but nobody said a damn word and he just continued to have the job. I love it.
It's amazing. Yeah. I love how Ashley asks him, how are you jumping into a new relationship? And he's like, I'm not jumping into a new relationship. I'm going to be single when I'm with Trace. I'm just leaving the island with her. And I'm like, does Trace know this?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
And he even admits, he's like, I've been teeter-tottering between you two. I've been teeter-tottering. I'm like, yes, that is the definition of what you do.
You are a child.
You are. Isn't it weird that Laselles can tell Ashley that he is going to leave with Trace, but Edgar wasn't able to tell Jillian that he wanted to leave with Marissa? That stood out with me for me.
Yeah.
Like Edgar told Jillian, I'm going to leave alone. And then he left with Marissa.
I will say, part of the reason for this could be because, my God, Ashley is a very chill and understanding person just in terms of her energy. Like she was not like super reactionary to all of this. Like it was clear that it was hurting her, but she's like really calm and keeps her composure through this. Like she was really strong throughout this whole like traumatic ordeal that was happening to her. So maybe Laselles felt more confident being able to say it because he knows her like energy and the type of person that she is.
So you think Edgar was just too afraid?
Yes. Yes, I do. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it was such a dick move though, just to like not be able to say it. I think he really regrets. I think he clearly regrets it though.
I think he did based on the reunion.
He showed a lot of remorse. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Laselles is also like a dick too, you know, as
yeah.
You know.
Well, that's why I'm saying like her composure through this is like pretty amazing because I would have been like flipping out. Yeah, I've been like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Like you've known her for 2 weeks. You've known me for 7 years. What the fuck are you talking about? The
composure of all the women in the bonfires was pretty amazing. I was just kind of like blown away. I was like, how are you not losing your minds?
I would.
I know. I would be up in arms.
I would be losing my shit.
I'd be freaking out.
I'd be yelling, this is crazy. And I know I'm on TV. But this...
Yeah!
Did you guys get that? Did that camera get it?
Mark, hold me back, Mark.
And then I'd be whispering in Mark's ear, Team Good TV.
Team Good TV, Mark. You like this?
Let's do this.
Did I do good stuff for you, Mark?
Did I do good stuff for you, Mark?
Is this good? Is this good for the TV?
Please, Papa.
You're gonna get 5?
Tell me you love me, Mark. Tell me.
When they hugged goodbye, why wasn't there a forehead kiss? That was weird.
Oh, I know.
He didn't even ask for a
He probably asked and they cut it.
They cut it. Yeah. They were like, one asked.
It was too painful, so they cut it.
Yeah. I love Ashley saying this right before she gets into the car.
40% of my heart was saying, work things out. The other half was like, that guy.
Oh, Ashley.
That's great. Ashley, 100% of me was saying fuck that guy after that scene, Ashley, so don't worry about it.
The patience that she has, it deserves applause. It really does. She's amazing.
Like when doctors make you run late for appointments, Ashley, are you just like chill about it? Like how do you do it?
She's
just
an
like,
amazing
chill?
person.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Oh, But what about poor Blakey? Poor Blakey barely even got referenced. This poor Blakey.
She used and abused Blakey. Okay, we've been over this. Blakey.
Oh, poor little Blakey.
Oh, Blakey.
I miss him.
Oh, Blakey.
It's okay. It all worked out for Blakey in the end, but we'll get to that. Trace comes out and Laselles is like, I want to leave with you and be single and like have things not work out between us. So and she wants to leave too. And yeah. And Mark is like, are you concerned, Trace? Does this feel right? Isn't this weird, Trace? Are you sure you want to leave with Laselles? Trace?
And she's like, yeah, for now. Yeah. I don't know how I'll feel later, but for now, yeah, fine.
And then you'd also catch Mark being like, he's very calmly like, I just want to make sure that we respect Ashley, guys, because I like Ashley. And you shouldn't disrespect Ashley because you disrespected Ashley, and you shouldn't disrespect her, Laselles, because we should disrespect people. Mark was like really
Mark's really
cagey about it. Like,
I hate to
very
keep
straight
using
up.
this analogy, but he's really throwing the lifelines out there, being like, look, I don't want you guys to look bad on TV. Here's a
Yeah.
lifeline. I'm trying to tell you in very few words, this might not look good.
Yeah, it's like, Laselles, you're looking, it could be bad for you, Laselles.
Yeah. But nobody listens. Nobody listens to Mark.
Nobody
They
listens.
should.
Well, you're
That's not
telling me
true. Luke
Laselles has a problem with just responding and not listening?
I've heard that somewhere.
That's weird. So that bonfire, that's over. And then we need to recap stuff to fill the time for this episode.
Yeah.
The only
They could have just added more commercials, really.
Yeah, why don't we just get more commercials for like the courtship finale that aired at, for some reason, 11:30 p.m. That's how fucked the courtship is. That's how few people watch it.
Yeah.
R.I.P. courtship.
I'm really glad we only recapped the first episode.
I'm really excited for courtship season 2. Airing at
Max,
1:30 a.m.
I got bad news for
in
you.
the morning.
Oh, this is the new Carson Daly late night show, is it?
Yes, the Jeff Probst show coming back.
Right.
The only thing that stood out for me was this soundbite.
How you feeling?
Homicidal rage.
Ash, whoa.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. I'm scared. Ash scares me sometimes, not gonna lie.
But in a kind of a good way though.
Yeah, no,
she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. I'm feeling it. No, I'm into it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, respect it and it's justified. So okay.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like, all right. I don't like Hanya or Taylor either, so it's cool.
She was great during the reunion too. God. Yeah, I can't wait to get to that.
So let's get to the bonfire. Ash is coming in and wants to give herself the attitude of gratitude, she says, and not be angry. I'm like, okay, that's your choice. I would be so mad. I would just be like, "Rah!"
Yeah.
But I get her choice not to be, because she doesn't want to give him that.
Yeah. No, I love, we've said it. These women, their composure has been phenomenal.
I don't think I've ever had composure in my life, so I'm just very
never
impressed.
had it. No,
I don't know what that is. How do you do that? Teach me. Do a seminar on composure.
No, she did great. She did really good. Yeah.
Hanya comes in first, and then Ash comes in, and Mark immediately says,
I can feel the tension.
and
boy.
it is there.
Well, she also says, I have to say this, because she said going into this bonfire, she's scared that the magic he has over her is going to work. But fortunately for her, she didn't know. He's not feeling very magical lately.
I don't feel very magical right now.
So I think the spell isn't going to work this time.
Do you think I don't think your butt is amazing?
Why didn't he open up with that line? I mean, I
know.
think that really would that line has really worked for him.
It's not
recently.
it's not a magical line. I think he realized that after when he was sitting by the waterfall and taking off his
Do
cape.
you not what is not and don't think your butt is amazing? Just need to throw a lot of double negatives in there and it'll totally fix it up.
Oh, I will say, if there's a positive thing here to say about Hanya, I dig the bolo tie. I was watching it and I was like, could I become a bolo tie guy? Could I
Please
do
don't
that?
be a bolo tie guy.
I was like, I put on some cowboy boots, some jeans,
Please don't
get
do
a
that.
nice button down, and put on that bolo tie.
God.
I was like, I could be that guy potentially. I could be that guy.
I don't know. Ben.
You don't think I can pull it off like Hanya does?
I don't know. I was really worried what you were going to say the positive thing was. I was like, what is he going to say here? It was a really
I was
sweet
really like sitting there mulling it over. I was like, could I pull that? Could I be a bolo guy?
Well, I think you can pull anything off.
Thank you. But the bolo tie with the plain shirt, do you think that?
Yes, I think
and the
that's the
hat.
only way to do it. It was when you said with like a cowboy shirt or something. I was
Okay.
like, not a cowboy
No,
shirt.
but with the plain.
Yes, the plain shirt, definitely. The plain shirt, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know it's a look you don't see often. I was like, maybe that could be me.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, what's going to say positive? Oh, like I thought the proposal was really sweet.
Oh God, no! I would have never said that.
Ash speaks first, and she's like, "I'm tired of saying sorry. Being intense isn't bad." She says she deserves more respect and consideration that she's been getting. She says that he views her as stupid. He's made no room for her, while other people were getting him, and that hurts.
Yeah,
she really gives it to him, but pretty calmly.
Yeah, she lays it all out,
and she says a lot more than this too. It's just I couldn't I couldn't write it all down, but I got a lot more than that. Hanya really doesn't say a lot. He says, normally I have so much to say, but the words will not come to me today. He says, I wasn't listening. The open relationship was a bad idea. It was dumb. I hurt you when you all showed me was love. I didn't know I could love one person so much until now. And that was it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all you have to say?
I know.
That's it?
That's it. It was very Shakespearean.
Yes.
Very Shakespearean. Yes. And then Hanya still thinks it's a good idea to propose. But we knew it wasn't going to work because he didn't take her down the special proposal path to the flower bed.
Yeah,
here we go. My wife just brought in a bolo tie for me.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Ooh, it has a little like medallion on it.
Hold on, give me a second while I put it on. Hold on.
How could I forget?
Ben is trying to get the bolo tie over his hat. I'm not sure that was the best way to do. Oh, that was a bolo tie. Wow.
How's it look?
Ben, this is amazing. You just look like a whole new person.
I've never worn one of these before. I gotta hold on. You pull that up like this.
Yeah, it's really hard to tie a bolo tie. It's like
no, it's a clip. Look at this. It's like a clip.
Yeah, I know. I don't think you ever have to tie a bolo tie. By the way, it has a slide.
Then it's got these little. Hold on. It's got an eagle on it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's really cool. You look just like Hanya.
This is the most fun I've had in my life.
They go back and forth, and Ash is like, "When did you realize that you loved me? When you were like getting whipped cream, licked off your crotch, or when you were getting those booty calls, or you're talking about how you were cheating on me, Hanya? When? At what time?" And he was like, "When I realized I didn't know your favorite color, or when I was on the raceway." And
apparently he doesn't know her birthday either.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't know anything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What color eyes do I have? And then he goes like this. And then she goes like this.
Yeah. Purple.
Like, oh!
Purple is your eyes. Purple.
Magical purple.
Yes. Blood. Ben, you pointed out something to me that he said sorry in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
So he said, I went back and listened
Did you
to
agree?
this. Yes, I listened to him and I found him say sorry twice.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna play. Here's the first time he said sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Here is-
sorry.
Listen to the second time he says sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's identical.
It's identical.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
They're
shit.
identical.
So they used the same "I'm sorry" twice.
No. You can see his face.
So it
both
is
times.
different.
They are at completely different points in the conversation. One is at
Wow.
like mid conversation and one is at the end. He just sounds so like kind of rehearsed.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry.
I'm telling you, I know it sounds like I'm just playing the same soundbite.
It's not the
Every
same.
time you hear it, I'm playing two separate sound bites.
It jumped out at me because it was like there was so
is it
much.
a robot? I'm telling you, the camera.
Well,
is
that's
on
why
his
the
face both
second time it
times.
was said, I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" I was
Wait a
like,
minute,
"This is
I've
like
heard this before.
I've heard this before." I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Well,
I'm sorry.
well, you know, it's he probably had to teach himself how to say sorry because he'd never said it before. It's a new word for him. He looks in the mirror and he was like, "I'm sorry."
How do you pronounce the O in this? Is it a hard O? Is it a sorry?
Sorry. It's the new word for him, guys. Cut him some slack.
I'm sorry.
I watched. I've been studying actors who have been saying "I'm sorry" on screen, and I think I found the right. Al Pacino's "I'm sorry" is the closest thing of what I can. I feel I can do. Yes.
How could I forget?
Yeah, after a while, it feels that Mark is just like, this is pathetic. We gotta wrap this up. It's decision time. We gotta get this proposal over with. We gotta wrap this up. And Hanya says that he has changed and he's willing to prove it to you for the rest of his life. So he proposes, and Ash's face is just like, oh
What are
god,
you doing? Yeah.
oh.
She actually lets him down a lot easier than I thought. I thought she was gonna laugh in his face, to be honest.
I was really disappointed that he didn't say, "Oh, baby, 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 I want you to be my
I
baby,
know.
baby for the rest of my life, baby, baby,
baby, baby.
baby, baby, baby."
Iconic.
I think we were all disappointed by that one. There was no baby, baby.
And her going, "You've got to be fucking kidding me. You've got to be kidding."
Did you notice that after Ashes says she's leaving alone, she whispers, "I'm sorry," and it's actually the most whispery she's ever been. That the whisper is inaudible. She says, "I'm sorry," and they have to subtitle it because you can't hear it. Did you notice that? Because we always talk about how Ash whispers.
Oh, I
but
know.
She
No,
says, "I'm sorry," and it's inaudible.
Sound guy has a rough time with her, I think.
She literally doesn't say anything. She just
Yeah.
mouths, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
but
maybe
some
she's
say
trying
at the
to-
end of that season she had no voice left. She was mute until the reunion, and then she could talk again.
Well, do you think maybe she's just mouthing "I'm sorry" to him because he forgot how to say "I'm sorry" again? So she's
Yeah.
trying to
She's
reteach
feeding him lines.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, how do you say that again? I'm Sule. Sule. And she's like,
Sule.
I'm sorry."
There's producers with cue cards standing behind Ash, and it just is in big letters, "I'm sorry" on it. And he's like trying to read it. "I'm sorry.
He's like, "I told you to use the International Phonetic Alphabet. Come on, I'm an actor."
I'm sorry.
I like how at the end Mark is like, "Here's the plus side. Somebody proposed to you. Yay!"
And Ashley's like, "Oh, okay."
So yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel great.
So yeah, my conspiracy theory is that they all do leave the island together because everyone is on the same plane, and that's my new fan.
Yeah, you asked me about this yesterday over a text, and my wife, she happens to be a travel coordinator for film and television production, so I was actually able to answer this question. And
They all leave together.
the answer is yeah, they probably are all booked on the same flight. If somebody has such a huge problem with that, though, they can gladly pay for their accommodations to stay longer, and they'll get their flight moved, but they'll have to book a hotel themselves.
Yeah, so I'm sure they don't sit next to each other, but I'm just saying they don't leave the island separate. I think it's funny. It's like, you didn't leave separate. I mean, it's like, it's just so funny. It's like later on, like Iris is like, I may never see Luke again. And it's like, even if you didn't get engaged, like, don't they live together? Like,
Yeah.
you have to like separate. You have to separate your stuff. It's like you're gonna see each other again.
Yeah.
I'll never see him again after this. This is
Never
it.
again. Nope.
There's no way we'd ever cross paths again.
I'll mail you all your stuff.
Yes.
And that'll be that.
Whenever I see you, I'll wear a blindfold.
At the reunion, I'll be wearing a blindfold.
Yeah, I know. There's a reunion. Good
Goodbye
point.
forever.
Yes.
Sorry. Goodbye forever. It's almost
I'm
Canadian.
sorry.
isn't it? I'm sorry. Is he Canadian? Because if he
There's
is,
no
then
way he is. He just talks. In
he's got a
just-
bolo tie. He can't be Canadian.
He just talks in
He's gotta
silly
be from the
voices.
Southwest. If you wear a bolo tie, you're from Arizona or New Mexico, and that's that.
Yes.
Or Nevada. Nevada counts too.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, you call it Nevada too, like me, not Nevada. Hey yo, let's go.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'll start calling it Nevada just to upset
To
you.
not be like me.
I want to separate
No,
myself.
it won't upset me. It's just that I thought because you live closer to Nevada than I do, I just assumed that you would be more likely to call it.
I think I have called it Nevada too in the past. I don't know.
You switch it up.
I switch around whenever.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. Okay.
I don't like to put limits on myself. I like to live a free life. It's America, baby. I can say Jaguar and I can say Jaguar.
It's amazing.
Why not?
So we've already talked about how Iris will never see Luke again. So that's really sad.
No, even after they propose.
Yeah, it's crazy. She's never going to see him again after this final bonfire. It's crazy. So it was crazy. It was interesting when they saw each other. They were the only couple that was like happy to see each other. They were like,
I know.
Like, oh, it's so nice to see you. I missed you.
I am kind of glad they ended it with them because it was kind of like, okay, now that we got through the train wrecks that were these last two, it's now kind of nice to have like a little bit of a sort of happy ending here. Yeah.
I can feel the tension.
Nope.
Nope,
Can't
no
feel it.
tension here.
Nope. Iris talks first, and she's like, "This was a cheating test. We already know that." But then she's like, she basically just telling Luke, like, like I've grown, but I need you to basically, I need you to prove that you can be trustworthy, and I need you to know why you cheated, basically.
Yeah, which is what she's been saying all season.
Yeah, it's basically the whole thing.
And then Luke pretty much says what he's been saying all season.
Yes, but then Iris is like, but Luke doesn't totally say like why he's accountable in his speech. So that's why Iris is like, Luke, the accountability. I need trust. Like, if
lay
you
it
don't have
out
trust,
there.
there's no relationship.
Yep.
And then Luke is like, it needs to stop. If I have the urge to like text girls, I will come talk to you about it and we can deal with it. And Iris is like, I can handle that. And Luke is like, thank you for taking me to Temptation Island. Like, this is great. And then Mark is
vacation.
like, this has been so cool.
I went on so many cool dates.
I love Reality Alert podcast, like greatest podcast. Like, definitely support them on Patreon. Reality Alert. It's a great podcast. Patreon.com/Reality Alert. Go there. And Mark says, okay, showtime. And Iris says she wants to leave with him. And Luke is like, I want to leave with you too. And Mark is like, okay, you can leave together.
Yay!
Yay!
Happy ending!
Woo! Woo!
Woohoo!
And they get the nice proposal spot down
Yeah, they do.
down the
Not
path,
the loser proposal spot,
not the
up by
rejection
bonfire.
bench.
Although I gotta say, there's nothing more romantic than a guy holding a glide cam and circling around.
Yeah,
you
he's
while
just
you're
like running
kissing.
around them. Can you imagine? You're like making out, and he's like zooming in on the ring. It's like holding the camera to your hand.
I'm like, damn, this glide cam guy's getting
Yes.
close. Take it easy. Really good.
Survived Temptation Island.
They survived. They didn't die.
Yay. I'm so glad.
Another season.
That's
where
what
no
it
one
is.
died.
They're all, it's like Lord of the Flies. They all have to like kill each other. And the
Yes.
last two people.
These people
yeah,
suck at killing each other. They aren't good at it.
they're really bad at it.
Yep. So another season attemptee. Pretty good. I did think that the only thing this season was missing was a sociopath. We didn't get a sociopath.
No.
And that really bummed me out.
Yeah. We could have used a really clear-cut villain.
Yeah, like there
Yeah.
wasn't like an Evan or like a or like Kendall, like we need like
Yeah.
those guys who are like you're
A
like
Devin from
"Whoa."
Are You the One?
Yeah,
Yes,
like we need like
types.
those guys, who you're like, whoa, this guy is crazy.
Yeah. Someone who a little Satan that walks up on set and starts making deals with everybody.
Yeah. A guy who just comes in and is like, no rules. I'm just gonna cheat on my girlfriend. It's like, where was that guy? They were hoping Hanya would be that guy, but he just wasn't.
I know. Yep.
Hanya didn't fulfill his role at all.
No.
It's like Hanya did all of that stuff before he came to Temptation Island.
Yeah. He was premature. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Okay. So this reunion though, definitely one of the best reunions I've seen. So much good stuff. So much fun stuff. Some heartbreaking moments where I felt a little emotional, to be honest.
You were tearing up?
The Edgar and Jillian stuff I thought was like kind of heartbreaking.
That was sad.
At times. It was just sad. I was like, this is just really sad.
Yeah.
Nothing too funny here.
They actually really like you don't see it too much on the show, but in the reunion you actually really do see like how tight they were.
I know. You never really saw that on the show.
And I guess we saw it in the first episode because they were like really crying and like beat up about splitting up for the show and everything. So I guess we got a little taste of it at the very beginning, but then it's easy to forget about that when they're at each other's villas and they're, with other people and all that stuff. But man, yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of hard to watch.
Yeah. Kind of a big bummer in the middle of this
juicy finale, and not a Miss Juicy finale, but kind of was. I don't know.
Kind of what?
I said during this juicy finale.
Oh,
I said, it was a pretty juicy finale. Juicy was very involved.
Juicy was up in this finale a lot.
Yes. Juicy, Alexa.
Yes, they were involved.
They made themselves known that they were.
They
there.
needed to be. They wanted to be main characters, so they.
By the way, where the hell was our guy Ray Rock?
Why wasn't Ray Rock invited to the finale?
That's rude.
To a good time. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Rude.
Yes.
Hey, we got Luke. Congratulations, Luke.
Yes.
Newly engaged, probably like 8 months now, but still, he says, shout out to the most underrated reality podcast, spot on coverage all season long. Thank you so much. And then Luke continues to say, for the people listening on audio, go subscribe to Reality Alert on Patreon, patreon.com/reality alert. Great plug, Luke. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Luke says he can't get enough of our Patreon. Wow, he's just saying he keeps commenting. He's saying so many nice things. I love it.
My balls are out.
So enough about Luke. How about Ashley and Laselles at the reunion?
Yeah. Holy shit. This really is like starts out as a little tiny snowball and it runs down the hill and it rolls down the hill and it becomes a bigger and bigger thing,
Just like us.
just like us. Wait, what?
We're just getting bigger and bigger. We started as a tiny podcast, and
That's
now
true.
we're a mammoth machine.
That's right. That's right.
How about Blakey and Madeline are dating? I was like, who the fuck is Madeline?
That's Miss Juicy, right?
Well, yeah, I know, but I was like, Madeline, is that one of the tempties that like Luke went on a date with or something that we don't
Yeah.
know?
He did go on a date with her.
Well, it kind of
twice.
was.
Yeah.
But it was juicy. But I was like, oh, is that like one of the randos?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luke in the chat says, don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications.
Oh, Blakey.
Oh, Blakey. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, if anything, wouldn't he be with Ashley or something now? But no, he's with Madeline.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah. Blakey came with the fire. Blakey asks Laselles, why did it take you to come to an island to break her
Yeah.
heart? And Laselles is like, I was just going through the motions. I got numb to things. And Blake says, were you just going through the motions with Trace? And Laselles like, no, because Trace like challenged me. Okay. Trace was like different. How different, Laselles? How different?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
And then it turns
That's
out
for sure.
that Laselles was trying to keep his relationship with Trace secret and off camera. That came out. Like, was he going to try
That's
to keep
wild to me. Like, how did he think that was going to work out?
Yeah, that's what Mark was saying, right? Was he trying to keep it secret the whole show?
How can you if you're screaming and professing your love in front of everybody?
Maybe in the beginning, I don't know.
It had to have just been in the beginning, like, and even then,
Yeah,
like
in the beginning.
he later says, "Oh, I wasn't actually in love," and it's like he doesn't. He's such a confusing person.
Yeah, I just don't. I love how it comes off, and so we figure out that Laselles visited Trace. I mean, we have to break this down because it's so insane. So
No, I know, yeah.
Laselles visited Trace a month after the island, but they say that the chemistry wasn't there. So that's the original story that we're given, and it's like, okay, I mean, that's understandable. Okay.
Yeah, because they only spent 2 weeks together on a TV show. They don't know
exactly.
what each other are like in real life. I could have predicted that.
Laselles is coming out of a 7-year relationship, and he says that he loves you, but he doesn't actually. And who would want to spend time with someone who gives you this bill of goods? You know,
this seems to really bother Mark, though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. Mark is like, I'm not cool. He's us. We're not cool about it either.
You hurt Ashley, embarrassed her on live TV, or not on live TV, on TV after a 7-year relationship, and now you guys are just like, we're friends, it's whatever. It's like, it's whatever for you. You fucking really hurt Ashley. What the fuck? Like,
yeah. Laselles said the I love you thing. He says, look, it's not that I loved you, okay? I just need to solidify the relationship. It was a mistake. Like, I didn't plan it. I didn't plan it. I didn't want to say it. I just said it. So that's my excuse, okay? It's like, these excuses aren't like good excuses.
no.
He's like, look, it's okay because I didn't mean to say it, okay?
I don't want to sound like Iris here, but my God, I think that everybody's looking for a little bit of accountability here from ourselves. Like, don't just like keep making excuses. Just be accountable. And like, I think Hanya picks up on that pretty quickly, obviously, in this reunion. And Hanya just responds to everything like, yeah, I know, I'm a piece of shit. I know. What do you want me to say? Like, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm an asshole. You know, like he picks up on that, but Laselles just doesn't seem to like pick up on like, dude, you gotta just say I fucked up. I was kind of an asshole about this whole thing. The excuses just don't look good. It just never looks good. That's not how you should handle it.
So he told Ashley that he loved her 4 weeks ago, but apparently he did that just because he heard that Ashley was seeing someone else.
That's not cool.
What is wrong with you?
Ashley knew that shit was gonna happen. She predicted that after the finale, right? She was like, one day he's gonna wake up and he's gonna realize how badly he fucked up.
And Ashley's like, I don't see the growth. And he's like, I did grow because I cried.
15 times.
I cried 15 times, so everything is fixed. And then we get the pipe in from Alexa, and this is when things just are awesome for the reality TV watchers. This is when things just go off the rails
I love it.
into this was just when the reunion started popping off, and I was
So
like,
good.
yes. Alexa reveals that her and Laselles hooked up in October. Now, when you say hooked up to me, I'm thinking sex.
Yeah.
But no,
that
they
was
made,
weird.
they
Yeah.
made out. I was like,
I don't know why
hooked
she
up?
said that.
Well,
Why didn't
because
she just say we made out?
She wanted more attention at the reunion.
Yeah. She does pipe in a lot. I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, why is Alexa like the center of this entire reunion? What's
She
happening?
wants more screen time. So Laselles is like, no, she kissed me. And Laselles is like, I'd try to cover it up. And then he also says, and then it turned out that Megan kissed him. And he also makes the excuse that he was drunk. So none of this could be his fault.
Well, and they said too, they said, where, hold on, I'm looking in my notes. They said, I really want that. He said, I really want to kiss you. Is anyone looking at that? He's looking around the club, making sure none of the other cast members see that he kisses one of the cast members, because of course that's not going to get out. Of course, Alexa of all people isn't going to tell everybody that Laselles just kissed her. After everything that happened in the house between Alexa and Laselles, you really think that she's not going to tell anybody? Come on.
I just don't like the way you're framing this story because she kissed him.
Right.
I love how she's like, I'm 5'2" and he is 6'2". How could I force myself upon him?
Laselles seemed like he was getting exhausted with all the excuses crashing and burning. Like there were a couple cuts to him on screen, and he was like,
"Oh man, I can't believe."
He was like, "I'm out. I'm scraping at the bottom."
I can't believe this web I'm spinning isn't working.
Yeah.
Trace is like, you blame everything on alcohol. All these lies, saying that you love me, all the teeter-tottering, everything.
And then he's like, I'm an alcoholic. I got.
I guess that's it. And then Trace deduces that he kissed them before he went to visit her.
Yeah. Wow.
Wowzers.
So yeah, I think didn't they stop shooting somewhere around like September-ish, maybe even early October, and then he kissed them in October, and then he went to go see Trace in LA.
Yes, something like that.
Yikesy. Yeah, it's just when you hear these stories, it's really hard to be like, oh, Laselles is just a Mr. Magoo type when it comes to relationships. He just doesn't know what he's doing, and he's really bad at this. It's really hard to keep saying that after hearing stuff like this. Now it's like, okay, you're a fucking player. Like, you're a fucking player.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Poor Trace is crying. It's like, Laselles, man, like not cool. Not cool at all. This is the best part. So Mark gives Laselles one more chance if he has anything else he wants to say, and this is what Laselles says.
Okay, Laselles, anything you want to say before we're done?
Yeah. Alexa, I can never trust you again. Because no. Let me reprioritize.
That's so good.
I apologize once again because I didn't tell you the truth based on the trust that I thought that Alexa and I had. Because
But
that's
even
not
if you
trust,
guys
that's-
had trust,
Because it's not trust. It's keeping a dirty little secret.
Both parts are great because the first part, Mark is like, do you want to apologize to anyone? And he is like, fuck you, Alexa. And then the second part is like, let me prioritize. I'm sorry that Alexa lied. No, that Alexa
Told the
revealed
truth.
our secret.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been cheating if you ever found out about it.
God, that's so funny. That of all the things that could have come out of his mouth, I was not expecting that at all.
We should have.
No, but that's like so out there. That's
I
like
know.
to be like,
It's
how-
just like,
you know what? How dare you lose my trust? I begged you to keep my cheating a secret, and you straight up told me that you wouldn't, and then you actually come on here and you reveal it. How dare you?
I just love that he also made out with Megan the same night. That's so juicy. Oh my god.
Where was Megan? Come on.
Yeah, I know. Why wasn't the whole crew there? Where was Ray Rock?
Ugh. They blew it again.
Yeah.
They blew it.
And Ashley gets the last word. That just clarified everything, and I'm disgusted by you. I am never going back to you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Good job, Ashley.
That's right.
Do we know, is she still dating whoever that guy is that Laselles got jealous over and told her he loved her?
I don't know.
No. We'll ask her on the pod if she comes on.
Yes. We get to Edgar and Jillian. When they got back, Edgar felt completely destroyed, and he felt bad for cheating on Jillian. And Jillian is still, it feels very raw for Jillian, it seems.
Yeah. And I think this reunion was filmed several months later, like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, but I think it's like 2 months ago from before the show aired or something.
Yeah, from when the show aired. Yeah. I think it was like February maybe they did it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 4 to 5 months ish after they shot it.
Yes.
I know the context is important, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, she's still really upset about this.
Yeah, definitely. Marissa is also upset because, you know, it seems that she thought that her and Edgar were going to have a relationship, and then he broke things off because he doesn't
Right. Well,
feel
because he
that
left
he's
with her. Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't feel like he's ready for it. And I get why she's hurt, but I also get why he's like, yeah, I don't want to like.
She also like takes it pretty well. She's like, I understand. She's
But
like, I
guess,
get it. She's like, I'm just
I want to
expressing
be in
that
a
it-
relationship with you. Yeah, she does take it well. I mean, when we had our interview with her, she still had the poem that he wrote on her refrigerator, and she said he's a really great guy. So I was wondering what was currently up with them.
Yeah. We even hear Tommy saying Edgar's a really
great guy.
That's Tommy saying that. The guy that he doesn't even know his name.
I know. The guy they called stupid. I wonder how Tommy feels about him now.
I'd like to think that him and Edgar are on good terms at this point, that they know each other's names fully.
Tonight at the bonfire, the clip I saw, the Jillian, and I presume it's what's his face, getting intimate.
No, I guess you know, while Jillian is really upset with Edgar, we do get those whispers from Marissa and Tommy. You know, when they're up sitting with the rest of the temptees, and they're saying like, "I don't understand why she's so mad. Like we were doing a lot of the same stuff." And I asked you, I was like, you know, not the sex though, because that was kind of the crux of why Jillian was so mad.
Yeah, I don't think they totally understand why she's so mad.
Oh, I think it's more just a question of why still now, or
yeah.
I mean, like why is she still this heated? I don't know.
I think she kind of I mean, I just think it's like Edgar cheated on her one time, and then they had very strict rules going into this, and then she had to watch him have sex with someone else,
and it's embarrassing on TV.
It's embarrassing, and imagine having to watch your significant other have sex with someone. Like that could that affects people differently, and it had a really strong.
So I'm not sure why Tommy and Marissa were whispering that stuff, but maybe it's just because it's like, oh, get over it. It's been a while. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I think I just think that they, you know, I think Marissa really feels for Edgar and thinks that he's a really good guy. Yeah. So that's like her viewpoint, and then I think that like Tommy. I think Tommy is
maybe
like,
they both just know that Edgar really does feel awful about it or something.
Yeah, I think Edgar does feel really awful about it.
It seems like it, yeah.
No, I mean, I think he does feel really remorseful. I mean, I just think that what we could see from this was I was like, wow, these are two people that really loved each other, and at the end, you know, they said like, oh, I really wish that we like had more time because like we really loved each
Yeah.
other. It was just like really sad.
Yeah.
And I think
She
that
calls him her first love.
yeah, I mean, like they had gone to like couples therapy and stuff. And like you guys are so young to have like gone through like so
That's
much work,
true.
so
Yeah.
much work in this relationship. And then like you guys went on Temptation Island, you know, which is like such a traumatizing thing to like do to yourselves and like for anyone, and then to do yourselves at like such a young age. And I'm just like, God, so put yourself through so much emotional
Yeah.
turmoil over
Add to the list of trauma that you have in your
over like a
20s. Yeah.
probably incompatible relationship to begin with. You know, I'm just like, geez.
Yeah.
But you know, at least we
It's
see.
tough at that age to be able to handle all of that shit.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then I'm like, at least Edgar's in response to things unlike Laselles and like being like, oh, Trace, like let's like leave, like let's like, you know, pretend to do stuff together, you know, or like messaging Ash being like, I still love you, or like blah blah blah. Edgar is like, hey, like I can't do anything right now because like I have to figure my shit out, and like I'm still emotionally need to get over Jillian, like, and he
yeah,
feels
like I need to figure out who I am and try and be a better person so I don't cheat on the next person that I'm with, basically.
yeah, like I thought that was
It's a
good.
mature response. And I also completely get why Jillian is still pissed.
Yeah, I just thought that both things were good, and the discussion about the promise ring, he was like, look, like I jumped to conclusions that I shouldn't have, but being on Temptation Island like really fucked
It
with
fucks
my
with your head. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
like,
mean, it's not the worst excuse in the world.
it was like my perception of him and Laselles like kind of like flipped. It was like he was the one that was being really fucked by Temptation Island in a way. Like his view of that whole promise ring thing was like so outrageous, you know? Like it was so like that small moment just like totally flipped his view on Jillian. But I do remember, you know, at the beginning of this whole thing, Jillian was the one who really seemed to want to be leaving the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm not saying that.
Well, the
means
first
that,
time cheating was really still in her head, I think. And I think kind of like Irish, she was testing again,
yeah,
where she
I
was
mean,
like, this is almost like a cheat test. I want to see if you'll cheat or not.
Well, that wasn't just it though. I don't think it was a cheat test for her because she was the one that went there because she was the one that wasn't sure if she wanted to be in a committed relationship in her
Sure,
20s, and
yeah.
if she wanted to be single. And also after the cheating had happened, I think he had found that she had been like texting somebody for like many months for like a long period of time.
Right.
Like they had both broken trust. Which obviously isn't as bad as like actually cheating, but it still is, you know, a form of
yeah.
it still is a form of cheating.
A lot of questions up in the air.
So there were a lot of questions going up in the air. Now I still do see why she's so mad because she kind of followed like within the grounds, but it's a very complicated situation, you know. But I kind of like the way it resolved at the end, where you kind of see that like why she's so mad, why he's remorseful, and man, it's just like I just can't be.
Yeah, Edgar tries to express too. He's like, I really thought that I could do the Temptation Island thing. Like, I really thought going into it that it would be okay.
Yeah,
he's like, boy, was I wrong. Like, really
she's like, I get, yeah. He doesn't come back and be like he's not doing it this time. He's not saying like, you dragged me here. She's like, she's like, look, I gave you so many outs, and he's like, look, it's because I thought that I could do it. You know, he's not doing that thing like, you dragged me here. Like he's taking accountability.
And then what a surprise!
He's like, I thought I could do it and I couldn't. You know.
And what a surprise! He got super jealous on Temptation Island.
Yeah, like I'm seeing someone here who is taking accountability. I mean, the whole thing just felt fucking sad to me. I was just like, these are two like really young people who just like fucked up their relationship that I think was already incompatible and put themselves through like a sad time. I was like, damn, like what is going on? But one funny thing happened, Ben.
Yeah.
When Tommy gets brought out, they show a package of Tommy and Jillian together.
I love Tommy was laughing throughout this entire package, by the way.
Yes. And Mark says this.
So, Jillian, you ended up making connection with Tommy, and it was fiery.
Did you catch that?
Oh,
Mark.
Hey-o.
Put that out, Mark.
Because he's a fiery guy, right?
A fiery man.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said. He's a fiery guy.
Fiery man minus the Y.
Oh, wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now I get it.
Yes.
Cause no, wait. I lost it.
It's his profession. He's a fireman.
Oh yes, that's
Yes.
right. Okay, cool.
It's
Nice.
good uniform. Yes. So yes, that was good. And Tommy was like, so Mark was like, yeah, you were never interested in Jillian. And he was like, it's not that I was never interested in her. It's just I had no interest in her.
He's like, look, I just don't have the time. I'm traveling all over the world. I'm fighting fires. I'm discussing my finances with everybody. I just don't have time for this.
About all the money I make as a fireman everywhere. Okay.
It's in every woman's best interest that I'm with that they don't get hitched, you know?
Yes.
Because we all know it's a dangerous profession, you know?
How about Ash and Hanya?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
The
He's so
inflection on
sorry.
those O's. I'm sorry.
It's definitely it's very rehearsed.
Do you think I don't think your butt is amazing?
Yeah, so this is where we learned that Hanya couldn't remember her birthday at the time, which is like,
boy.
dude!
This is you're gonna propose to someone whose birthday you don't know. What the fuck? What is happening?
He would never remember their anniversary.
And that was Alexa, by the way, who threw that out there. So
dude, Alexa
what a surprise! And Alexa has all the facts.
Alexa had to pipe into every single thing. Ash liked to get into things too. Like during the last one, Edgar had said that Jillian is like after the promise ring thing, Edgar is like, yes, I jumped to conclusions after the promise ring thing, but I didn't act out after them. And Ash jumps in and says, but you did act out. And even Mark is like, no, he didn't act out after the promise ring thing for like weeks. You know, there's a lot of piping in, which I love. I'm not hating on it. I love the piping in, but I also love that even when Mark is like, no, that's not true. Edgar did not. Mark L. Wahlberg, know the truth.
I watch the dailies. I watch the dailies every day.
I watch the dailies. I know. Because even I was like, no, Edgar did not. Okay. I'm a podcaster. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Like he did nothing until he had sex. That's what was so crazy.
No, they were famously in the hand-holding club for a long time.
Yeah, okay. We were complaining about it.
We complained to Marissa.
Yeah.
On our show.
We were like, will you just have sex with Edgar next episode? And then she did. It was very kind of her.
We're very influential.
Hanya says he's been very depressed and he's been reflecting on himself and wanting to be a peaceful presence in people's lives. But
Hanya, I know what helps depression. Put back on that
bolo tie. It's magical powers. Ben, how happy are you wearing this thing?
I'm so fucking happy right now. You don't even know. I'm gonna wear this the rest of the day.
I think you're gonna say the rest of your life.
Maybe.
You're gonna sleep in it.
Don't tempt me. You're not gonna tempt me.
I was gonna do it.
You're not gonna tempt me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one next too.
You're not gonna tempt me.
Hey.
You're not gonna tempt me.
Get all out of your system, Max.
So Hanya, he kept talking. He was like, "Look, I want to help other people and I want to be better in their lives." But of course, he's like, "But of course, I have to be kind to myself first. I have to work on me first because of course."
Got to get that magic
start
back
with him.
Yeah,
it's always. But before I can even think about repairing my relationships with other people, I have to repair my relationship with myself.
To be fair, though, that is what Edgar said too. So
yeah, I know, but Hanya, it's always about Hanya.
It always sounds odd coming out of Hanya.
Hanya's like he's just always me with Hanya. It's just he's very ego driven. So
well, and and the way he does talk, it does sound performative, pretty consistently performative.
But Edgar's talking about before I can be in a a relationship with someone else. I need to fix how I am in relationships. Hanya is talking about like how I am with all people, even in non-romantic relationships. He's like,
Yeah.
I need to work on me, my relationship with myself. It's just like so like before I
Yeah.
can be kind to other people, I'll still continue to be a dick, but I need to learn to be nice to myself. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just so performative.
Yep.
Can I trust him? Can I trust Hanya?
Can you, Max?
Yeah, I don't know. Can I? Do you trust Hanya?
I don't
I don't know.
if he's serious about all this stuff, then I wish him the best, and I hope he does learn how to be a better person and partner. Having said that, I don't know. It looks like a rough road ahead.
Actions speak louder than words.
My wife says I look like I'm running for Congress with this bow tie on.
We bring over Taylor and Karina is like, yeah, I liked our conversations towards the end, but no, she likes their conversations, but towards the end, it wasn't working for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
realized she wasn't going to get paid by him.
I know. I was
So,
just gonna say, like, did she ever submit the claims to his insurance, or
yeah,
does he have insurance? What's
probably
going on?
not. Apparently nothing happened between them afterwards, and neither of them reached out to each other. But Karina was pretty disappointed that he never reached out to her, and she felt discarded. And she's like, "Yeah, now I know how Ash felt." So,
Do you really
Burn.
think that was like in terms of like a relationship though, or just like to at least chat and like be
No,
friends?
I
I
think
took it as to chat and be friends.
I think to be friends, she's just
Yeah.
like, "Hey, like I was your sounding board for like so
Yeah.
fucking long. Like, don't you think you could have reached out and said like, "Hey, thanks for being so nice to me on the island. Like, how
Yeah.
are you doing?" And he didn't reach out to her like at all. Like, that's so rude.
Yeah, like she said, I put in so much time on that island, like towards you, when really I could have, I could have been just hanging out on the beach.
Yeah,
It's like
she just
I
hung
feel
out.
it's one of those things where it's like I feel kind of used here. Like I feel like you're using me a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, do you know what he says? He says,
I'm sorry.
I imagine you do feel used. He just like repeats exactly what she says. That's what he does. He just repeats what he says, and then he says, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's how you apologize. But I'm like, well, I guess that does something. I don't know. It's just, I
But
guess
maybe
it's good to
Karina can
apologize.
refer him to a good therapist.
Yeah, I mean, he apologizes for everything, but he's
Yeah.
just done so much shitty shit that I'm just like, God, there's so much bad stuff.
Well, I think starting with Karina as a person to listen to and talk through this stuff with is maybe a good start, and I think maybe he should continue with talking about it with someone.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah. Let's just put it that way.
Not just himself.
Right. a professional.
That's a bad
professional.
person. That's a bad person to talk to. Yes. Karina is like, a bunch of the women feel degraded. Do you think anyone else should be apologized to? And he's like, yeah, Juicy, I'm sorry. All women.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for liking all your butts.
I'm sorry.
Do you all of you up there at the reunion think that I do not love your butts too?
Do you not think that what I do not love your butts?
Each butt is as special as the next for me. It's important to me that you know that.
And they're like, you just don't get it. He's like, what? I'm sorry that you know that I do not get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you feel that way. And I know you feel that way. And I'm sorry.
And then, weirdly enough, they had a waterfall on set at the reunion, and he walked over there.
I don't feel very magical right now.
Taylor gave Ash a fake phone number. What an asshole!
That's a dude. We knew that was coming. Come on,
Such an asshole.
He seems like kind of a dick.
Kind of.
Yeah, he is a dick.
Proven asshole.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for most of the season, it was like, is
Yeah, I
this
was
guy a
like,
dick
what's
or
wrong
is he
with this
not?
guy?
We're like, what's going on with? I don't like when he's like bragging about like, I hope Hanya sees this, ha 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 ha. Like, when he's like talking about stuff like that, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like sensing some levels of douchiness here,
Yes.
and then at the end, yes, it's revealed he gives fake phone numbers. Not cool.
Asha's boyfriend. I hope you see those clips, and I hope it hurts. I hope it does, Mr. Sir. You don't deserve her.
Mr. Sir.
Mr. Sir.
Okay,
I mean,
Mr. Asshole.
come on, yeah. And this is where Hanya gets excited because he's like, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna insult you the best way, the most hurtful way I possibly can. You're just like me."
Yeah, you're Mr. Sir also. We're Mr. Sirs.
You know what? I'd watch that show, Mr. Sirs, starring Taylor and Hanya.
Yeah, they're forced to live in the same house. They drive each other insane. Yeah, he's like, it's so weird. He's like, we took advantage of the same person. I'm like, this is so weird.
It's so bizarre. Ash. Jeez. Has she not been through enough, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake? Like,
But this is nice. All the women chime in. They all say like how inspired they were by Ash, and I agree.
love
Like
that.
how she went through this, and how she like very quickly like became so powerful and stuff throughout the show, and everything was just so awesome. And I think everybody just taking the time to say that how they were inspired by her was very cool. And I
it's
agree.
super cool. Yep. I'm really thrilled that they all did that.
Yeah, and then also them taking the time to shit on Hanya some more was very deserved. That was very good.
Yeah.
And Hanya's like, I'm learning and growing, and I'm just starting to take advantage of the lessons that you have all taught me. I am honored.
Oh.
I am learning art and music from the learning. And I'm like,
And I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yes. I'm learning words like sorry.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yes.
Yes.
Luke and Iris come out, the very special couple, the only one to survive the island. And Luke is apparently paying for Whopper Juniors now for Iris. So it's very good.
He is buying her stuff from the value menu now.
Yes.
So that's
It's very good.
She's been upgraded to value
Yes,
menu.
my value menu. I like how that's like the big progress. He's like, so you can't say anything to me, James. Stay over there, big dick James.
Keep your big dick over there.
Yeah, don't hit me with that big dick. Yeah, okay. When Paige came, when they brought Paige and George over, I was like,
Right. Yeah.
I was like, all right, George, why? And then Paige, I was like, Paige? I know they have to
I
bring
guess
someone
George-
over them.
Why was Deke also not there, by the way?
Yeah, I know. I thought Deke would make more sense than George, but maybe Deke was just like, nah.
Yeah, maybe Deke just said, I'm not going. And then they chose George because, like,
Who else were they going to pick for Iris?
yeah, because Iris did have like a legit like connection with George, and she put a kibosh on it before anything could go further.
Do you know what's bad? I didn't even think about Deke. That's how little impact he had. Dude, why wasn't what's her face there? The other person that they brought in.
Samantha?
Oh, Samantha.
Yeah. That one didn't
wasn't
quite
Samantha
work out
there?
for them the way they thought it would.
Yeah, well, it's a shower girl. But when Paige came in, I was like, Luke. Okay, I guess she was on the final date. I just want to say the pool boner came up again.
Just saying.
Now,
we called it.
We were told that the pool boner was not an actual boner by Luke, but it did come up again on the show.
It's an air bubble.
It's an air bubble. We want to say it was not a boner.
Yeah.
But it did come up again. Anyway.
Those boners are always coming up. What's he digging for? Let's see.
Well, I'm not doing anything.
I'm so anticipating this.
I'm tripping balls right now.
Yeah, okay. I was so like, Mark is like, these guys are gonna have lots of sexual tension and temptation. And I was like, Mark, you're talking out of your ass right now. Luke and Paige didn't have any sexual tension. And then
we knew of
this package plays, and I'm like, was I not paying attention?
No, those were
the
unseen
show
clips.
These were all new clips.
I'm gonna guess because they knew the happy ending of the proposal.
They wanted to give Luke a good edit, and then they retconned it. This was pretty crazy.
I know. Well, we were like, why is Paige like talking so? Because in the last episode, last week's part 1, Paige was like talking about life after this, and Luke's not allowed to coast, and we were like joking about it, saying like, oh, this is funny. Like Paige like acts like she's so close with Luke, and she's only had like a couple dates with him, but apparently they were a lot closer than what we knew.
Oh yeah, she said,
you can ride your skateboard, but you can't coast to life.
Yeah, and she was
Yes.
like, I do hope to like continue, if like things don't work out, I do hope to like continue like a relationship. And we were like, what are you talking about, Paige? You don't have anything going on with Luke. Like he doesn't talk to anyone. But there did seem to be like a little bit of sexual tension. She says that I can hold your penis in my hands. Let's go into that bathroom. And he's like, no, I'm gonna keep it in my pants. I mean, it really does seem that he just like found her attractive, and that
She gave him a couch boner.
It seems that
or was that an air bubble too?
Yeah, that's I mean, it does seem that he was just like attracted to her, and that it was still the same thing of him being like, oh, like I'm just attracted to you, but it's still Iris. It's not like he was like truly tempted, you know, like whatever.
I mean, he didn't even kiss anybody, and neither did Iris.
Yeah, like it wasn't like big news, but I was still like, oh, okay, this is something. Like
it at least clarifies our confusion from last episode. So
like it was like, oh, he actually did have a slightly larger connection with someone over other people, but it still wasn't a real connection.
Because it really did seem like he was just dating whoever in the house, and it didn't really matter, and he was just waiting until that final bonfire.
Yes, and then Iris and Mark is like, Iris, what do you think about this? And Iris is like, well, Luke was honest about it, and he was even messaging Paige on Instagram, so it doesn't matter. Now, the messaging Paige on Instagram was like a big headline in some of the trailers, and we thought this was going to be a thing, but I think messaging Paige on Instagram was like not like a him texting girls he's hooked up with type thing. It was just like a friendly thing. Like
it would actually almost be weird if he wasn't.
Yeah, like I think he messaged her, and like if Iris knew about it, then that's not a big deal. Like it's not like it's like an okay thing, is my assumption.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like, because it wasn't made. Because if it was a big deal, they would have made a big deal about it.
They made it through Temptation Island. They can make it through Instagram messaging.
This is where Juicy is like, "Hey, he flirted with me and Paige in the house."
She's like, remember me?
Show.
I'm here too.
Hey, I'm in the show. I have to get my camera time. How is that different than texting? And Iris is like, he texted girls that he used to hang up with, and he flirted with you on a reality show in Temptation Island. And like, I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of the point of the show. Iris is like, I flirted with Deke. It's fine.
Yeah.
Jesus. That was a weird thing that I was like, what are you doing, Juicy?
That was like the least surprising moment of the reunion. I was like, what, do you think Iris is going to like give into this and be like, oh my God, you're right.
Forget it. She takes off the ring and she throws it. And then Edgar stands up and he goes, you never take off the ring. Edgar gets triggered.
Look at this door.
Wait a minute.
Look at the door.
Run out of it. Yeah. Mark is like, were you expecting more, Juicy? And this is where Juicy is like, Luke told me that he was the most attracted to me. And that's when Luke is like, I think that you are all attractive, but honestly, you told me you were the most attractive to me, so I just said it back to like please you. And everyone was like, you can't say that. Really foot in the mouth moment for Luke.
Yeah.
But Juicy was pushing really hard.
Yeah, she was.
She was really attacking them.
She got her moment, that's for sure.
She was attacking them. I like how Iris is like, you can tell them they're attractive. It's fine. They're all hot. They're on a reality
She's
show.
like, it's Temptation Island.
Yeah, they're
Literally
supposed
every
to be
person
hot. They're
casted is a
supposed to
good-looking
tempt
person.
you. Her name is Juicy. Or Madeline, apparently.
She's like, good on you. You didn't kiss a single one of those good-looking people.
Yeah, I wanted Mark to be like, so why is your name Juicy? James
Can we talk
gets-
about that "Let her go to Vegas" line?
Oh my god!
Because that started some things.
Yeah,
That really fired up Ash for
well,
sure.
it was not.
It's a very poor choice of words. I bet you Luke regrets those words big time.
Well, I thought that maybe it was just a poor choice of words until Iris said that sometimes she feels that she does need to get permission for things, which isn't great.
That's not good.
That
That's not
shouldn't
good.
be the case.
She doesn't need permission to order the Big Mac. She can order it, okay? She doesn't have to go for the value meal, okay?
No, but yeah, nobody in a relationship should be let to do things.
Yeah.
Nobody should need permission to do things.
Well, Luke talks about like how like he's always dealing with that jealousy because Iris is such a gem. When he walked down the street, she gets a million compliments.
Yeah.
She can't even walk down a street without
Well,
all that.
I like Mark's assessment. It's like, I don't think you're insecure because you're with Iris. I think you're just insecure. You know? And I'm like, oh man, I think Mark's so like good sometimes. He just says things, and I'm like, damn, Mark, God,
he's a genius.
Good, you're good, Mark.
He's a genius.
Like, I know we're on a trashy reality show, but you're really good sometimes.
I love that Ash takes this as an opportunity to be like, I just want to say I fucking hate Luke. And Iris knows it.
I fucking hate him.
And then Ash takes it another level, and she's like, he may not have cheated on the show, but I'm still pretty sure
he's cheated on you. I'm just like,
I was like, I don't know, Ash. You might be projecting a little bit there just because of the guys you've been with. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It's quite the
I
accusation.
just don't know. With Ash, it's just like, I get, like, she's been through a lot and been with some terrible people, but it's just, I can't blame her for feeling that way.
I wouldn't either.
Like,
I'd probably fucking hate every single male on the planet.
I already hate most people. So
yeah,
I can,
agreed. Well,
agree with
yes,
her,
agreed. But yeah, it's kind of awkward for Iris. And
yes.
sitting there, Iris is like, well, he's my fiance. So
why didn't he asked James to like chime in for a second, but why didn't Mark just ask how big his dick was?
I know. Can we
why
get a
is your name
measurement?
Juicy? Ray Rock, how are you so good at getting the party started? James, how big is your dick?
We've got a ruler here. We're gonna measure.
I'm just so excited to be at their wedding in 2 years in Santorini.
Oh my god, it's gonna be.
We're
beautiful.
gonna have such a good time there.
Yep.
Me and Ben, I'm sure we're gonna get an invite in
We better.
Santorini.
We're a part of this journey.
We're a part of this journey. We know that Iris and Luke are big fans of the podcast. So
Mark
me and
L.
Ben,
Wahlberg, he better be officiating. That's all I gotta say.
yeah.
Better be the officiant.
Well, I want him to be the officiant for me and Maria when we get married.
Oh my god, please.
I was talking to Maria about it last night. I was like, I think when he's on the podcast, I'm going to say, hey, I'm not even engaged yet, but I'm going to ask Mark if he will be the officiant for when I do eventually get married. Yeah, Mark, just do me a solid. I'm, for someone that interviewed you on a podcast once.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. Maybe if you get
why
married
not? I gotta shoot my shot.
If you get married in LA, maybe he'll come over for.
I'm sure he has a private jet. He can fly anywhere, right? He's Mark L. Wahlberg. He knows Antique Roadshow. He's always on the road, right?
You're right.
Well, he's also
maybe he'll find his way up to New York.
He's also doing he also does like the Price is Right roadshow. So.
Oh right. Well, he does the the tour, the Price is Right tour that they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just gotta schedule my wedding around
They get married on The Price is Right tour
road
stage.
tour based on where on The Price is Right road stage. Dude, that'd be amazing.
That actually is a great marriage idea.
Oh my god! Right
That would be
next to the
amazing.
what's the game where they go up the mountain? The cliffhanger one.
Right, the cliffhanger one. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be the best one.
I'd get married in front of Plinko personally. but
Oh,
that's
I mean,
good.
Plink. Oh, that's a really good one.
In the ring, it's the ring falls down.
Yeah.
the
yeah.
Plinko,
Oh
and
my
then you pick it up and you
god!
put it on.
All right, you and Amy have to get divorced so you can get remarried in front of the.
That's good. We should-
Oh, you're getting divorced? That's so horrible. It's like, no. We're gonna get remarried in a few months.
We've got
just so
about
can-
10 different marriage ideas, and we want to try them all out. So we're gonna get married.
Yeah,
and
we're just gonna
divorced
get
10
divorced.
more
Like, you
times.
can't just renew your vows. No, that's bullshit. Vow
That's
renewal is
stupid.
bullshit. We gotta get.
It's got to be real.
It's gotta be real. Otherwise, it's not gonna be
Makes it more
meaningful.
special. Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't wait to recap that wedding in Santorini, Greece. That's just gonna be. You have to invite podcasters to your weddings now. Who's gonna recap
know.
it?
I know. We're expecting it.
Yeah,
We're
we
expecting it.
cannot wait for the invites.
Luke's gone silent in the chat. Interesting. Maybe we're not as close with him as we thought we were.
Oh my god, that's just so fucked up. I'm sure he'll do it.
This is really fucked up.
Processing, man. It takes time to process this.
He's just processing the invitations and
Who's
stuff.
saying? Is that Edgar in the background? Yes.
Yes.
Processing.
I love stroking. Oh, man talk.
We had some good stuff.
Yeah, we did.
My balls are out.
That's still the best one. That's still the best one.
I love skateboarding.
I love falling off my skateboard. What a fun season.
That was great.
Started
it
off
started off slow.
and
Yeah.
then it just heated up. It just
Yeah, it
got
did.
hot. It got spicy. It got wild.
Yeah. Got tempty.
It got tempty AF.
Yep. It's Luke in the chat. You already know you got the invite, you crazy brothers. Yes.
Yes.
We're going to Greece. Let's do it.
We're going to Greece, baby. I'm gonna get so tan. I'm gonna get on that Mediterranean diet. Let's go. Uzo on the house. Let's go.
I'm gonna get really drunk and I'm gonna make a scene.
I'm gonna break so many plates. It's gonna be fucking wild.
Oh, yeah, right. That's a Greek thing, right?
Yes. You just like, smash all the fucking plates.
I'm assuming it'll be just like my big fat Greek wedding.
Yes.
That's what I assume. Yeah.
Yes. Put
Opa!
Windex on everything.
Yeah. Right. No, that is cool. Congratulations, Luke and Iris. We expect us to be sliding in your DMs today because we want to book you on the show. We want to talk to you in person rather than in chat all the time.
Yes. So everyone, thank you for listening this wonderful season. Hopefully Temptation Island will be back next season. I have a good feeling that it will because
better.
Why not?
Move
what
it to
other shows are on
NBC.
USA?
Come on.
Yeah, come to NBC. And also we will be back next week, hopefully with some interviews. We're going to try to schedule some with Mark. We're going to try to schedule some things with other castmates. So just make sure you're subscribed on YouTube or on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. We're basically everywhere.
I can already say, by the way, that Ray Rock is going to be coming back on the podcast again.
But we've been talking with people. People want to come on. So if it's not next week, some other week or days, just the best way is to stay subscribed and also follow us on Instagram. That's Reality Alert Podcast, or Twitter, Reality Alert _ is a good way to do that. Please check out our Patreon. We really could use your support to keep this podcast going so we can keep covering Temptation Island into the future. So we'll stay alive next year so we can keep covering it. Because,
it's fun content, too.
Podcasts around, and we have really good content there of other shit that we cover and stuff like that. So
yeah, we covered our last one was a 2009 ABC show called Dating in the Dark, where people literally are going into a pitch black room and dating other people. So it's like pretty much Love is Blind before Love is Blind came around. That was a fun episode. So if you like stuff like that, if you want to hear us do one-offers rather than like a whole season of a show, we have that too on our Patreon. A lot of fun stuff. So we hope you'll check it out.
Patreon.com/reality alert. Otherwise, we will see everybody next week for 90 Day Fiance and some exit interviews for The Circle and Temptation Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
I'm sorry.